Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, at whatever time you're watching this. You may be asking yourself, what is the point in this video? Well, I only have one main point I want to try to do, and that is simply to help you relax. This is one of the new things I would like to try out. I know a lot of SMR's channels like to talk very quietly into their microphones, and maybe I got a little bit of inspiration from them. But I know a lot of people have been commenting that my voice has, I guess, soothing properties, and maybe I'd like to try my hand at actually seeing what I can do with that. As this video goes on, this is all it will be. There will be no jump scares. There will be no sudden action scenes. This is literally the entire video. So if this is what you find not to be your cup of tea, I'm sorry, and I hope I'm able to produce some other form of content that you do enjoy watching. I'm sorry this wasn't to your liking, and maybe you'll be able to find something else on my channel that is up your alley. I hold no offense to you, and I hope you do the same back. If you're watching this video at any point of the day, I would suggest you probably not do anything super involved or that requires a lot of attention if you do intend to do as this video is trying to do and relax. Because you may actually get drowsy or get a little bit tired or absent-minded, and I really don't want to be held responsible for whatever things you may or may not do. So if you are watching this video, I would highly advise you to have nothing to do for the next couple of hours, or if you're watching this before bedtime, to try and see if it actually helps you fall asleep. I've been told of many stories of white noise helping people fall asleep, and I am a white person, and I am making noise, and you can call me a hammer, 'cause I nailed it. I'm just going to say general things to apply to general people and to ramble absent-mindedly for quite a long while. There really is no point, like I said before. So I'm gonna ramble on about literally anything. You do not have to focus on what I'm talking about. You can just sit back, lay back, do whatever it is, get in a comfy position wherever you may be, and just enjoy this video. So maybe I'll start with the people who are involved with sports. Maybe today was your first day to try out for the team. I'm sure it may have been tough, but hey, things are only gonna get better from here. You're gonna do great, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get better. And the best way to do that is to make sure you get plenty of rest in between the times you actually do have to go hard. Pushing yourself too much will hurt you, so it is important for you to get rest. So make sure to get plenty of sleep when you can. Maybe take power naps when it's okay and appropriate. I'm not saying you should do it during class or during other important times, but sleep is important, and you should try your very best to get as much as you can so you can let your body and mind relax and grow after that hard workout. Maybe you're already halfway through your season. Maybe you're doing a lot of competitions right now, going to a lot of meets with a lot of good players. You've been pushing yourself pretty hard. It's good to give yourself some R&R sometimes. I know the coach may be getting ready to push you guys during some sort of crazy week before you taper off and gain energy before a conference or a final meet. So you should try to do your best and still try to relax and get as much rest as possible. Pushing yourself over the edge will help nobody, especially not yourself. So do yourself a big favor and rest. Maybe you're coming back home from a really hard practice, or maybe you're coming back from one of those competitions. Maybe it was a meet of some kind, maybe it was a game. Maybe you're finishing up the very final race, whatever it may be. You deserve some rest. I'm sure you did well. I'm sure you pushed 110%. And now after that day, You deserve some R&R. You can kick back, lay down, and relax. You don't need to worry about going hard anymore. So now, all you have to do is simply relax. Let your body unwind. Stretch yourself out a little bit maybe, so you'll be ready to tackle whatever may be coming your way next. Now let's maybe focus on some working people. You may be only starting out, and you've just applied, and you're probably getting worried about your job. Maybe you'll get a call back, maybe you won't. Well, there really is no point in staying awake and worrying about it. The best thing you can do is make sure to always follow up. You want to make sure you follow up because that will show to your employer that you really are interested in having that position. This will put you above the other people, and if your credentials are up to par and you do show a lot of enthusiasm for working in a company, you most likely will get the job. But right now is not the time to worry about will they look at it, when will they look at it, what will happen once they look at it. You've already done your part, and now you play a little bit of a waiting game. But you should still keep in the back of your mind, you should pester them to some extent. You shouldn't pester them to the point where they just want to get you in and out of the door and never hear your name again. But you should make sure they know your name, and that you won't be let down so easily. Maybe you're actually getting ready for an interview right now. This is the best time to relax, clear your mind. Imagine what the employer may tell you. Maybe do a little bit of research about the company and figure out some things you do want to know, because they probably will ask you if you have any questions for them, and that'll be a good time to show once again your enthusiasm for wanting to work there. Maybe this time you can reflect upon yourself, upon your skills, perhaps upon past employment, and the skills you excelled at so you may be able to flaunt them in front of your new employer. Maybe you haven't worked before. Maybe this is your very first job. Even if it is at something minimum wage such as fast food or a convenience store, it's still a good idea to make yourself shine no matter where you are. Be proud of what you're doing. Maybe think back to your school. Maybe you have a lot of tendencies of doing well with education, and you're able to reflect upon that and show skills to dedication or commitment or the drive into wanting to do well. Maybe you can talk about sports. Have you been a leader? Or maybe were you able to shine where others couldn't? You're able to stick with it when things got tough. You're the one who stuck it out no matter what was thrown at you. You were able to persevere, and you're able to get to the very end, and you have a lot of strength in both personality and character. Maybe you already have your job. Maybe you're coming back right now from a long day's work and you're really tired. It may not be too bad of an idea to get a shower, get some food in your belly if you can, and then just relax. I know personally myself, I have to stand on my feet for a long time, so it's really nice to be able to just lay down, spread my legs out, and just feel the nice, cool, soft sheets over my hot and tired legs. Being able to rest after a full day's work really is sometimes blissful. Now maybe let's focus on some students. You may be getting ready to take on a really hard assignment, or maybe you're getting ready for a test, or even finals. Something that will take a lot of time, patience, and preparation. As again, just like with sports, staying up and cramming all night will do you no good. Make sure to set time for you to be able to both review the material and be able to rest and to be able to retain the said material, or otherwise all that time you spent studying would have really been for nothing, and you would feel really destroyed at the end when you spent all that time and you have nothing to show for it. Maybe make a time schedule out for yourself. Give yourself ample amount of time to do the assignment or to be able to study, so you get at least maybe a good 6 to 8 hours of sleep if possible. I know 8 is the optimal time, but I myself can tell you from being in school for so long, that's not always possible. And sometimes deadlines and crunch times will get on you, and there's simply nothing you can do about it. But afterwards, you have to make sure you're able to get the rest you deserve. No matter how strong or how good you think you are, whatever you do, you will need time to recover. You will need time for you to be able to retain the information you just learned, so that you may be able to put it to actual practice and not just flush it out of your system as soon as you're done with it. Because I know I seem to do that a lot, and I kind of feel bad at times, because despite all the time I've spent studying, some of it really seems pointless. Maybe you're just done with said assignment, or maybe you're done with the test, or even your finals. You know what? There's no point in worrying about it right now. It's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do anymore. It's out there, and all you can do is wait. Panicking about it won't help, and you've probably spent a lot of time working on it. Probably a lot of sweat, energy, possibly tears, and maybe for some reason blood went to that thing you were working on. And it's probably time for you to get some rest. You may need some R&R to help you recharge. Maybe you're sitting in that chair or behind that desk panicking the entire time, racing for the next page, going faster and faster for the next bubble answer, trying to make sure you get it done quickly and correctly. And now it's time to unwind. You don't have to be in a panic state any longer. You can just relax, unclench that probably cramping arm, let yourself just melt away. You've done a good job. You've probably studied a lot for it. You've probably put in a lot of effort for it. And you should get that rest you so rightfully deserve. Because what's the point of torturing yourself over something that's no longer in your control? If you get it back, and it's a not so good grade, well, that's fine. You'll just be able to do better next time. Learn from your mistakes. Continue learning in other ways so you can do better. If you did get an amazing grade, then good job. Doesn't that rest feel so much more deserved now? Now that you're able to prove yourself, and there's not really a need to kill yourself like that again until probably the next test or final, whatever it may be, depending how close or far it is. Despite all that, you do need your rest. As much as your body needs to regen and rebuild itself, so does your brain. You don't want to push it to its absolute limits, so at some point in your life, you're just walking around like a clueless fish in a big open tank, running into walls and the other fish. You want to be able to be smart. You want to be able to come ahead. And so you should be able to prepare yourself for that kind of work. Anyone who works really hard, I think should be able and should be deserving of being to rest just as equally as hard. They give it their all. They should be able to have a little bit given back to them. Now maybe we can move on to people who are trying to actually relax. Maybe even have a little bit of a nap. Or actually go to sleep entirely. You want to make sure you're in a nice relaxed position. I myself find this position to be on my side. Some may find it on their back. Maybe on their stomach. Maybe with a pet beside them. A loved one. Whatever it may be. Try to get in a comfortable position. Try not to pinch any of your body off, so then you don't wake up with a leg that's cramping, or the part of a body that's fallen asleep, because that will have wear and tear on you. So you want to make sure your body is getting rest as much as you are. So you want to make sure your body is totally comfortable, just as you are. You may not probably want to have your legs crossed, And you may not want to sleep directly on your arm or shoulder, because that may be able to cut off some circulation to those parts, which won't do you any good in the long run, despite however comfortable it may feel at the moment. Maybe right now you have your jaw clenched for some reason. I know that happens to me sometime, so maybe you can unclench your jaw. Just let your face relax. There's no need for you to stay tight. Nobody's gonna crawl in there. You don't have anything to fear. I promise. Maybe right now you have your hand in the fist. Maybe it's time to sprawl it out. Just let it go. You don't need to punch anybody. Plus, punching doesn't even work in dreams. Kicking is the best method. Punches feel like they go on for an eternity, and that's really odd. So why put yourself through so much effort when it's not needed? Just go ahead and relax your hand. And if you are propped up on your hand, on your leg, maybe put a pillow between your legs or somewhere beside you, so you don't have to put unnecessary strain on your body when it doesn't need it. You can be totally and 100% relaxed. You can wake up feeling amazing by pretty much being nothing but a wet rag when you sleep. And that's pretty cool. If you're wearing PJs or socks or whatever it may be, and you're having trouble falling asleep, maybe you can do what I do and just strip down to your underwear, if that's possible. I know for me, letting the body breathe during the night helps me a lot. I wake up feeling cool, refreshed, and really nice. If it's really cold outside, maybe you can pile more blankets on top of you so you can still remain in your underwear. I like to do that sometimes. Maybe put 3 or 4 on, have a really heavy warm blanket on top, just to feel nice, warm coziness, but still being able to breathe. I myself am not one for making a cocoon of myself. I pretty much put my blanket at my breast, and I have one arm on top of the blanket. If it is really, really cold, then maybe I'll slip it under the first layer of whatever blanket may be on top. So I can still have a lot of motion, and I can still let the body breathe. If it's really, really hot, maybe you can once again go down to your underwear, or even get naked if that's a possibility. I know it may seem strange and you can say, oh, I'll be hot anyway, there's no point. Well, if you just have a thin blanket on top, that's a lot better than having your underwear or whatever it is being stuck onto you by the elastic and restricting your body to be able to get a lot of current going through and restricting a lot of air movement to go near your body. You don't necessarily have to cover yourself up 100%. Maybe you can make some sort of diaper-esque looking thing and just cover your privates while letting the rest of your body be out and about. Maybe for you to get comfortable, you have to let a part of your body hang over the side of your bed. I know this may be scary and a little bit unsettling. I know I myself am not a big fan, but there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Let's be honest. If there was a monster living under our beds, he probably would have gotten us long, long ago. Why would he wait until now to try to get us? You can let your leg, your arm, or whatever it is hang over. Maybe probably not your head. Your neck will probably be stiff and very uncomfortable. So maybe you should try to find a position where your head is still on your bed. But you can let other parts of your bodies hang off the side of your bed. If that's where you find comfort, you will wake up feeling much better and really relaxed and really appreciative that you treated yourself in such a way. I know sometimes I have trouble sleeping. Maybe it's just a case of I need to swap out or wash my sheets. For some reason, having a nice, clean, fresh bedspread just helps that much more. Maybe you take a shower at night. Get the ick of the day off of you, knowing you're able to go to a nice clean bed by being yourself clean. There's absolutely nothing that can dirty it. You're in a nice, clean, soft, comfortable environment. There's nothing to worry about. It's your own bed. If that doesn't help, sometimes I have to swap out my pillows. And I don't even mean the pillowcases, I mean the pillow in general. For some reason, maybe it's superstitions, maybe it's some sort of juju that I may believe in, but sometimes it feels like whatever pillow I was sleeping on previously, for some reason sometimes has a weird energy about it, and swapping out a pillow entirely seems to help sometimes. Suddenly things feel lighter, feel a lot clearer. It's a lot less heavy, and I'm able to sleep even better. Maybe it's just me, but I've been doing it time and time again and it's worked for me, and maybe it can work for you too. I think I've rambled on long enough. If you need some more ramblings in your ear, you can go ahead and restart the video. If you're falling asleep already, well then, sweet dreams, and I hope when you wake up, you feel nice and refreshed. If you're on the tipping point of falling asleep, and you think you're about to go there but you're not quite ready, you can go ahead and rewind the video and watch it again if you want, or maybe listen to some calm and soothing music. I know typically, if I listen to music with lyrics, it usually gets me to focus on what they're saying, or I start making my own music video in my head. So it's usually best to have just nothing but just straight, calm, relaxing music. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if I'll ever make one like this ever again, but if you enjoy it, then I could. If you stayed for me for this long, and you want to leave some comments down below about what your thoughts on this, feel free, go right on ahead. I'm YYfilms, and I'll see you guys next time.